Let's just jump right into it. First of all, my face is cleaned and moisturized, and now I'm going to use the Monistat Shaving Relief Cream. I use it for a primer. Obviously, it's really clear. It's really nice. It's literally silicone based, which is amazing. So what I'm going to do is I have really bad pores right in here. And then I just put it on my eyes because obviously I'm going to be doing a little bit of and so eyeshadow. I just kind of move it around on my face. Just put it kind of on my nose, under my eyes, because that obviously I've got bags, so I need to make sure that that is primed. My eyebrows and my eyes, kind of like to smooth that on my eyebrows. Just kind of get it up in there. It moves around really good, so it's nice. You can kind of smooth it out and do that. Okay, so then the next step obviously is to use foundation if you're going to use foundation. I personally don't wear a lot of foundation. When I'm not going into work, I always use a concealer, and I use my NARS concealer in mid to dark biscuit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that, and it's easier. I just kind of rub that in here. It just glides really nicely along because of that primer in there. And then I'm going to use a wet beauty blender. I like the little small ones for this. Then I just kind of dab it out to blend it all up. Alright, blend it all in, making sure that it looks really good. Obviously, you gotta get closer to a mirror to make sure it's blended. Then you kind of want to do that. I kind of go over it twice just because this bag right here tends to be a little bit bluer and a little bit more visible. I go in there and do that again. Just kind of get in there, get it all nice and smoothed out. And because I use concealer all the time to hide those bags, I just kind of normally just have a specific beauty blender for that, and then for the rest of my makeup I'll use a different beauty blender. But obviously today I'm not going to be using that because I'm not putting on a full makeup. I get really good in here. If you can tell, I'm getting really close in to the corner because that's where it is, and right up into my lashes. And then I'm just going to blend that all out. I'm going to go in with my Ben Nye banana powder. I always use this no matter what I'm doing. I always set that with my Morphe 438. That's it there. It kind of looks like this. So if you have anything like this, it's nice and kind of domed and like it's got this little like curve. It's nice. So what I do is I go in and I just pop that right in there. I go over that a few times because especially on this bag I don't want the creasing and I want that to be completely covered. With the little bit of color to this, it works really well with my skin tone. And then I'll go in and do this one. I just use the cap. It's a bigger container, so it's just a bit easier that way. Kind of just go in and blend that out. So obviously at this point, I'm not going out like this, and I do need to put on something else. I find that with just the banana powder, it doesn't kind of go so well, and then it looks a little funny. It just kind of adds a little bit more color to my face. And then I use just a beauty. I just kind of rub that around and make sure that it's all over. I kind of do this a few times, and I do kind of put it on my eyes at this point. Kind of travel it down a little bit in here just to make sure. It kind of helps blend out anything, as well as it does kind of have has a little bit of color. I can't tell if you can see that. It has a bit of color, so it kind of helps to make sure I'm not super uneven. And yes, I know this is a lot of powder, but it's really, really inexpensive, which is why I love it so much, as well as the fact it's CoverGirl and it's amazing. From here, normally what I do is I will go in and do a little bit of some eyeshadow. I'm going to be using my Morphe palette in the K35, obviously, K. That's what it looks like there. It's really cute and awesome. And now that my eyes are primed, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use just a really small kind of dome, little bit of fluffy brush. This one I got on eBay, not too sure. Kind of blinged it out, make it look super cute. Not sure what it was, but you can use any kind of brush that looks like that. I'm going to go in with this color right here. It's quite light for my skin tone, but it's a nice little base, so I'm just going to go in with that. Make sure I flick that off and then just go in all over my eye right in here. Doesn't matter if I go a little bit over my eyebrow. I'm just gonna, alright, make sure of course you do both of them. I'm just gonna go, oh, sorry. Go in there and do all of that. Alright, looks about even. It's just as a nice little base. It's not too light, not too dark. I'm gonna go in with a different color in a minute, just in my crease there, just to make sure that it looks really nice. I'm going to go in with my Morphe 214. It's this one. It looks like this. This is the one where it's got the two different colors on it, which I kind of really like. It's two different kinds of brush fibers, so that's really awesome. Next, I'm going to go in with this color right here. That's going to go in my crease right in here. I'm just going to blend that windshield wiper motions right there, back and forth. And I feel like it's not too dark, so I'm just going to go back in and do it again. Windshield wiper again. Of course, what you do to one side, you want to do to the other, so make sure you're getting in there. I go in now with the same brush, and I'm going to go in with a little bit darker of a brown just in the outer corners. Next, I'm going to go in with just another shade darker, and I'm going to go with this palette still. Of course, this whole makeup look is with this palette because I like it. And so I'm going to go in with this one here. This one. I'm going to turn my brush this way and put it in this way. I'm going to go into my crease and just blend that in, and then just kind of blend that out a little bit. Just in the inner corner. Blend that out just like that. Okay, perfect. I'm going to do that again with this side right in that crease. You can see I'm going right into that crease there. And then I'm taking the brush, moving it, and then I'm kind of only going to about like halfway through my eye to my like right there. So I'm going to go in with my Morphe R33. It's this one here. It looks like that. A little bit of a gray color, so I don't want it too dark, so I'm just going to go in with this one right here. Obviously there's a whole lot of dark ones, but I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to dab my brush just at the top of it in, and then I'm going to go straight into that corner right on the edge and blend it out. It's kind of on my, you can see that? It's on my eyelid and out. I'm using windshield wiper motions this way, as well as I'm spinning my brush a little bit like that. So it's like this, kind of and out. Just to kind of give it that little darkness. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. What I'm doing is I'm just putting it on my actual lid and then bringing it up into my crease a little bit. So I just blend it out up into the crease. And I'm not going any further than like right here. If you can see that, it's not getting any further than in here, just to make it a little bit darker, but nothing major. You can nix the dark if you would like. So if it's too smoky for you for like an everyday outing, that is okay. This is more like I'm going to do my makeup and I'm going to go out, but it's going to look like I hardly have any makeup on other than a tiny little bit of a smoky. I'll go back in with this one and blend out that line a little bit more. Just so it looks really natural and not too crazy. Okay, and so next I'm going to use my Cheekathon. So I'm going to kind of a little bit of contouring just on the bottom of my right here. I'm dipping that in the hoola. And then I'm going to go in, do it this way. Oh, and this brush is just an angled brush. And I'm going to go in, it's right in here. Just blend that in a little bit, just so I have more little bit more definition in here. My face is a little rounder than I would like, so I'm going to go in and fix that up a little bit. Blend that out, just turn it over and blend it a little bit. Alright, I go in with a nice fluffy brush. This is an e.l.f. brush, one of their cheaper white-handled ones. So I think it was only $1. I got it in the States when I was down there doing some shopping. I'm actually going to use the dandelion just because it looks like this. It's a really nice light one. And I'm just going to go in and put it on the apples of my cheeks and bring it out. Just fluff it down a little bit. And kind of just bring that up. It's just a really light pink. Obviously with my skin tone it is super duper light, but I'm going to add a bit, just a little bit, to kind of give myself a little bit of a nice pinky glow, but not too much. You can see it's a little bit, it kind of just blends really well into my skin tone, but it's a little bit better than just having that straight line. And since it's not quite looking too bright, I'm actually going to go in with the Rockstar. It's got a little bit of this one here. It goes and has a little bit of a sparkle to it, so I'm just going to kind of bring that out a little bit, just on the up a bit. Alright, so now I'm going to go in and do my eyebrows. So I'm going to go in with my Benefit Brow. This is in medium, and it's just my brow shaping kit. It is old and haggard looking. I really should get a new one, but I still have so much product in there. Now I'm actually going in with get rid of that, a little brush like this. It's an angled brush, and it is just a bit stiffer. I like to use the wax with that. So just kind of like smoothing those out a little bit. I'm just going to go in and slightly put it in right in here, the wax. I am missing a part of an eyebrow. That was a bit of an accident, and so I'll just do this and just kind of go right in. I'm going to go right in here. You can see that. I'm just putting the wax right in that area where it really needs to be filled a little bit more. I'm just going to go in, kind of bring it out, just span it out a little bit, but I'm concentrating the wax on that area. I also have a gap in my eyebrow. It just doesn't grow there, so I'm actually going to put a little bit of the wax in that area too. So I'm just going to go in and put that right in that area. I feel like the wax kind of helps the brow powder just stay a little bit better in those spots where I'm having a bit of an issue. So now I'm going to go in with this angled brush here. It's a bit softer, and it's a little bit nice and soft. I use that for my brow powder. I really prefer that, and so I'm just going to put my brow powder on there, and I'm going to start from the here and work my way out. I only want a little bit to kind of fill in those gaps. Obviously this section here is going to need a little bit because I did put that brow wax on it. I'm just going to go in there and just trail it out a little bit. I only really want to concentrate on those places that I have little less hair. My eyebrows don't grow with an arch or anything like that. They are literally straight like this, other than a few weird hairs on the bottom. That is kind of how they work. I have tried over the years to get a really good arch in there, to like grow my brows and regrow them out and do all that fun and shaping. There is no arch whatsoever on these brows. I go in and just kind of bring it up like that and just slightly start. This brow doesn't need too much. This brow I always find is a bit thicker. There's a lot more hair on this eyebrow, so I kind of just like to go in and fill it in a little bit, make sure I don't have too much weirdness going on, and then just kind of make sure that area that I have no hair in is covered. And I'll do that, and then I just kind of go like this so they're not too long. I don't particularly love having really long brows, but I don't want them to look like there's nothing in the end, so then they'll look a little weird. Alright, I have really weird eyelashes. They grow straight out of my face, so I go in all the time and do this. My eyelash curler is pretty much my life. I've been thinking about getting lash extensions, but I haven't done it yet. If you want to see maybe a vlog on what goes on with actually getting your eyelash extensions, put it in a comment below. I've been thinking about them, so maybe I'll just do a vlog for you guys on that. Alright, so I'm just going to go in with my They're Real from Benefit, and I'm just going to go in and put a little bit on my lashes here. I don't put too much on my bottom lashes on my everyday just kind of look. One more thing left to do is put on some lipstick, and I'm really loving the Anastasia Beverly Hills right now. Can you see that? I don't know if it's gonna... Anyway, so I'm loving the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this one is in Pure Hollywood. I don't quite know the names of all my lipsticks yet. And this one is a very nice matte pink lip. It's low key and just very subtle. Kind of just go in there and get it all nice up in there. Then let's get a little bit more of that. Go in. Kind of just follow your lips. And make sure that they're covered. This one takes a little bit longer to matte out, which I really like. So if you missed a spot because it's really light, you can go in and make sure that it's completely covered, which I love. It does matte out really well too. It dries and then you don't have to worry about it going anywhere. If you guys want me to do a day of how long they actually last, comment below because I can do that as well. So that is my everyday kind of easy look. Usually I'll just throw my hair up in a ponytail and call it a day. Alrighty, so if you guys like that video, like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye!